Many people on social media are sounding off against a needle exchange program in Lompoc after dozens of needles have been found just left around town. KSBY's Melissa Newman spoke with business owners in Lompoc who say they are tired of finding syringes outside.
We actually just found back behind this building off 8th Street a handful of syringes that have been used. And while this location is right across from the needle exchange location off G Street, several people I spoke to say they're finding used needles all across town. These needles are just an example of what business owners like Merwin Pamerang have been finding outside their shops.
There was a few times where my children or my two boys are helping me clean the surrounding areas of our parking lot, even the back parking lot. And one of the times they came across a couple of the hypodermic needles, and it was pretty scary.
Pamerang has now changed the landscape outside his business to protect people from rogue needles.
We took it a step further and made sure that there was never any more tall bushes or weeds growing, just so that even myself or any of the employees won't get stuck not being able to see them.
So where are these needles coming from? Some say they're from Pacific Pride Foundation's needle exchange program that comes into town each week.
It's a best practice known throughout the country and really the world to help reduce the spread of HIV.
While some people say the van just gives needles away, the foundation argues it's a one-for-one system that creates an incentive for keeping the needles.
So if a client comes with 50 used syringes, then they leave with 50 new syringes to use for a variety of reasons. And we do, again, that service specifically to reduce and prevent the spread of HIV and Hep C in our community.
As far as law enforcement is concerned, they'd like to see people disposing of their needles safely.
You have a family member or a loved one that is struggling with an addiction problem. We want to see a better program to work them off of those drugs. I don't know that handing out needles is the answer. That's not really for me to decide.
Now, I spoke to the owner of this property here. He tells me he'd like to see a redemption value like cans and bottles have, so people might be incentivized to not drop them on the ground and bring the needles back. In Lompoc, Melissa Newman, KSBY News.
Thank you for that, Melissa. The Pacific Pride Foundation also does an exchange in Santa Maria on Wednesdays and Thursdays in Santa Barbara.